Here's a question. What happens when the world's biggest sporting event arrives in a country where it's not the biggest sport? In 2026, the FIFA World Cup will come to the United States, a country with massive stadiums, millions of sports fans, and one of the biggest sports industries on Earth. But there's one interesting twist. Soccer isn't America's #1 sport, not even close. For decades, Americans have been obsessed with football, basketball, baseball, and more recently, mixed martial arts. Meanwhile, the sport that dominates much of the world has often played a supporting role in the United States. So, what happens when the biggest event in soccer history arrives in a country where many people still call it soccer instead of football? The answer reveals something fascinating about America, and it might change the future of sports in the country forever. A sporting giant with different priorities. To understand why the 2026 World Cup is so unusual, we first need to understand American sports culture. In many countries, sports revolve around a single dominant game. In Brazil, it's football. In Argentina, football. In England, football. But America is different. The United States doesn't have one national sport, it has several. The NFL dominates television ratings. College football fills stadiums with more than 100,000 fans. The NBA has become a global entertainment powerhouse. Baseball remains deeply connected to American history. And hockey has passionate followings across many northern states. Soccer exists in this crowded landscape. It's popular, but it has never sat at the top. For years, many international fans found this strange. How could a country of more than 300 million people not be completely obsessed with the world's most popular sport? Yet, that's exactly what happened. America built an entirely different sports culture, and for a long time, soccer remained on the outside looking in. But something has been changing. Here's the part many people outside the United States don't realize. Soccer has been quietly growing for decades. Youth soccer exploded in popularity during the 1990s and 2000s. Millions of American children grew up playing the sport. Many suburban communities made soccer a weekend tradition. Then came another major shift: immigration. The United States became home to millions of people from Latin America, Africa, Europe, and Asia. Many brought their love of football with them. Entire communities followed international leagues. Bars filled with fans watching matches from thousands of miles away. The sport wasn't disappearing. It was slowly building a foundation. Then streaming services arrived. Suddenly, watching leagues from England, Spain, Germany, and international tournaments became easier than ever. American fans no longer had to search for soccer. Soccer was everywhere. And little by little, the audience grew. The World Cup is different. Even with soccer's growth, the World Cup remains something special. Because the World Cup doesn't behave like a normal sporting event. It becomes a global cultural phenomenon. Entire countries stop to watch. Families gather around televisions. Cities erupt in celebration. National pride takes center stage. For 1 month, billions of people focus on the same tournament. Very few events on Earth can create that level of attention. Not the Olympics, not the Super Bowl, not even the NBA Finals. The World Cup exists in its own category, and now America will host it. The real question isn't about soccer. Here's where things get interesting. The biggest story of the 2026 World Cup may not be soccer itself. It may be what the tournament reveals about modern America. The United States is one of the most internationally connected countries in the world. People from nearly every nation live in the country. Every major culture has a presence. Every major language can be heard somewhere. In many ways, America already contains the world within its borders. The World Cup simply puts that reality on display. A Mexican fan in Texas, an Argentine fan in Florida, a Nigerian fan in New York, a Korean fan in California, an American fan attending their first international match. All sharing the same event, all participating in the same experience. The tournament becomes a reflection of the country's diversity, and that's something uniquely American. So let's go back to the original question. What happens when the world's biggest sporting event arrives in a country where it's not the biggest sport? The answer is surprisingly simple. The country changes, the event changes, and millions of people discover something new. For 1 month in 2026, the United States will become the center of the soccer world. Not because soccer has always been America's favorite sport, but because America has become a place where the entire world can come together. And that may end up being the most American part of the World Cup story. If you're planning to watch the tournament, keep an eye on what happens beyond the matches, because the real story might not be who wins the trophy. It might be how an entire country experiences the world's game. And that story is only just beginning. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to My America for more surprising stories about the people, traditions, and everyday details that make America unique. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.